All right, you fuckers, let's cut the crap and dive headfirst into this automotive news thing.
Oh, yeah.
I swear this newspaper's been around since before dinosaurs were shitting in the woods.
Almost 100 years, dude. It's like the OG car Bible, even though it looks about as exciting as a goddamn tax return.
Yeah, so it's not exactly some glossy mag you'd jerk off to, right?
Nah, it's more for industry insiders. The guys building the damn cars, not the ones posing in front of them. We're talking manufacturers, suppliers, all those behind-the-scenes asshats.
Okay, so what makes this dinosaur of a newspaper so goddamn special?
Spill the beans.
Yeah.
Well, this shit started back in 1925.
Oh, wow.
As Automotive Daily News in New York City, of all places.
New York?
Can you believe that? Imagine those guys trying to navigate Times Square in a Model T.
Probably got more road rage back then than we do now.
Probably right. But they hightailed it to Detroit soon after, became a weekly, and that's when things got serious. Detroit, the heart of the goddamn beast.
Makes sense. So what kind of crazy shit did they report on back then?
They've seen it all, man. Booms, busts, the rise of electric cars, the whole damn circus. But get this.
What?
During World War II, when car production basically went tits up, they lost a shitload of readers.
Well, yeah. Who gives a fuck about car news when the world's on fire?
But here's the kicker. Even with no cars being built, they still held on to over 70% of their audience. Talk about a bunch of diehard car nerds.
Those fuckers were dedicated, I'll give you that. So how did they become the big cheese?
Things changed big time in 71.
Right.
When these media giants, Crane Communications, swooped in and bought them up.
Crane Communications, huh? Sounds kind of familiar.
They're a big fucking deal. And their head honcho, Keith Crane, has been running the automotive news shit show for what feels like forever.
So this Crane dude is basically the puppet master of the whole operation.
Pretty much. And they didn't just sit on their asses either. Under Crane, automotive news went global, like some kind of goddamn virus.
Wait, hold up. They went international.
Hell yeah. They launched Automotive News Europe in '96, then hit China with Automotive News China in '06. They even got a German version called Automobilwasch. And they didn't forget about Canada with Automotive News Canada.
Damn, they're like the McDonald's of car news. Everywhere you look, there they are.
It shows you how global this whole car industry is, and how this little newspaper from Detroit became the goddamn oracle of it all.
Okay, so it's more than just a dusty old newspaper, right?
Yeah.
What else do these bastards do?
Well, they've got autonews.com,
Okay.
their website, which is like the go-to place for breaking news in the car world. They pull in info from all over Bloomberg, Reuters, you name it.
Smart move. Got to keep up with the times, especially in this digital shit show we're living in.
And they throw these fancy-ass events, too. Awards ceremonies, conferences, all that bullshit. They even have this best dealerships to work for thing.
Well, do they get a lifetime supply of those little pine tree air fresheners?
Maybe, or maybe they get laid more. Who knows? But the point is, automotive news isn't just reporting the news. They're shaping the damn industry.
So it's not just about how fast some new sports car can go 0 to 60.
Nah, they cover the whole damn ecosystem. From the factory floor to the dealerships, from the latest tech to the guys who grease the wheels.
All right, let's take a piss break. My brain's starting to overheat from all this automotive news talk.
Yeah.
We'll get back to this shit show in a minute.
Sounds good to me. My beer's getting warm anyway. All right, let's get back to this automotive news deep dive.
Yeah. Where the hell were we?
We were talking about how automotive news isn't just some boring-ass newspaper. They're actually a pretty big deal in the car world. Remember those fancy events they throw?
Yeah, the award shows,
Mm-hmm.
the conferences, all that wank fest for industry bigwigs.
Exactly. That's where the real shit goes down, man. CEOs making deals, designers showing off their latest bullshit, engineers bitching about supply chain issues.
Hold up. Supply chain issues? What the fuck is that?
You know, all the headaches everyone's been having getting parts and materials, it's been screwing up the whole car industry.
Oh, right. Like when you can't find a goddamn toilet paper roll anywhere.
Exactly. Except instead of toilet paper, it's microchips and shit. But anyway, automotive news is right there in the thick of it, reporting on all the drama.
So they're not just watching from the sidelines. They're actually influencing the game.
They're setting the agenda, man. They're highlighting trends, pointing fingers, and basically telling the car world what the fuck to think about.
And people actually listen to these bastards.
You bet your ass they do. This publication has serious clout, especially with the big shot execs.
I guess if you're some CEO asshole, you got to know what's going on, or you're going to get your ass handed to you.
Exactly. It's like the Wall Street Journal of the car world. Miss an issue, and you might as well kiss your bonus goodbye.
So what about all these international versions they've got going on? Is it just the same shit in different languages?
Hell no. Each one is tailored to its own market. They've got reporters all over the globe sniffing out the local car scene, the unique challenges, all the political bullshit.
Hold up, political bullshit. What the hell does politics have to do with cars?
Dude, everything is political these days. Think about it. Environmental regulations, trade deals, tariffs. It all affects the car industry.
Shit. You're right. I never thought about it like that.
So these international editions give you a different perspective, one you wouldn't get from just reading the American version.
Smart move. That way they can cater to everyone, from German gearheads to Chinese car enthusiasts.
And it keeps them relevant in a globalized market. The car industry isn't just about Detroit anymore. China, Europe, Japan, everyone wants a piece of the pie.
And Automotive News is there to document every goddamn bite.
Exactly. They're not just reporting on the cars themselves. They're reporting on everything that shapes the industry, the politics, the economics, the environmental concerns, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, you're starting to convince me that Automotive News isn't as boring as I thought.
Dude, it's the story of the car world, warts and all. And let's be honest, that story is pretty goddamn interesting.
Yeah, it's come a long way from the Model T to those electric contraptions everyone's driving now.
It's a story of innovation competition.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes just plain greed.
And Automotive News has been there through it all, like a fly on the wall of the industry.
More like a goddamn bulldog, tenaciously digging up the dirt and reporting it for the world to see.
All right, I'm starting to get why these bastards are such a big deal. They've definitely carved out a unique niche for themselves.
They're not just a news source. They're a goddamn institution.
So what about the future? Can Automotive News keep up with all the crazy changes happening in the car world? Or are they headed for the junkyard?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Electric vehicles, self-driving cars, all this new technology that's disrupting everything we thought we knew about cars.
Yeah, it seems like a whole different game now. Can these old farts even keep up?
It's a challenge for sure. But these guys have been around for almost 100 years. They've survived wars, recessions, and God knows what else.
They're like cockroaches. They'll probably survive a nuclear apocalypse.
Exactly. But seriously, they're adapting. They've embraced the digital world. They're expanding their reach. They're constantly evolving.
So you're saying they're not going to fade away like some dinosaur?
Yeah. Hell no. They're a survivor. They're going to keep reporting on the car world no matter how crazy it gets.
All right, I got to admit, I'm starting to feel a little respect for these Automotive News folks.
You should. They're a vital part of the industry, even if they are a little rougher on the edges.
All right, so let's wrap up this Automotive News deep dives before I die of boredom.
Yeah. Last call for alcohol and car talk. Where the hell were we?
We were trying to figure out if Automotive News can survive in this crazy new world of electric cars and self-driving bullshit.
Right, because those old-timers seem about as tech-savvy as my grandma.
But you're saying they're actually adapting pretty well.
They're trying, man. They've got whole sections on their website dedicated to EVs, autonomous vehicles, all that futuristic crap.
So they're not just ignoring it and hoping it goes away.
Hell no. They're embracing it,
Yeah,
analyzing it, and probably bitching about it just like everyone else.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You gotta stay relevant somehow.
Exactly. They're hosting conferences on electric vehicles, giving awards to the most innovative companies in the EV space. Even got reporters embedded in Silicon Valley, keeping tabs on all those tech geeks.
Silicon Valley. Isn't that where all the goddamn nerds hang out?
Yeah, the same nerds who are trying to disrupt the entire car industry.
So Automotive News is sending their reporters into the lion's den. Ballsy move.
We gotta do what they gotta do. The future of cars is happening in Silicon Valley, whether those Detroit dinosaurs like it or not.
Man. It's crazy to think that a bunch of tech geeks might end up dictating the future of the car industry.
It's happening, man. And Automotive News is smart enough to realize that.
All right, so they're covering the electric revolution, but what about self-driving cars? That shit seems even more fucked up.
It is, but guess what? They're all over that too. They're reporting on the latest advancements in autonomous technology, debating the ethical implications.
Hold on, ethical implications? What the fuck does that even mean?
You know, all the questions about safety liability and whether a robot should be making life or death decisions on the road.
Shit, that's some deep stuff.
It is, and Automotive News is trying to make sense of it all, just like the rest of us.
So you're saying they're not just some old school rags stuck in the past?
Hell no. They're actually trying to figure out what the future holds for the car world.
Man.
Mm.
It's going to be a wild ride, that's
Yeah.
for sure. I can't wait to see what kind of crazy shit they come up with next.
Yeah.
Flying cars. Teleportation.
Who knows, man? But that's why we read Automotive News, right? to stay ahead of the game, to understand what the hell is coming next.
Yeah, who wants to be caught with their pants down when the robot uprising happens and our cars start driving themselves?
Exactly. We need to be informed, we need to be prepared, and we need to have a good laugh while the world goes to shit.
Well, I think we've learned a hell of a lot about automotive news today. Who knew this dusty old rag was so goddamn interesting?
It's a fascinating look into the evolution of an entire industry, and it's a testament to the power of journalism, even in the age of Twitter and TikTok.
Right, enough with the deep thoughts. I'm officially fried. Let's wrap this up. Any last words of wisdom for our listeners?
Stay informed, stay curious, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. The car world is a wild and a crazy place, and it's only going to get more interesting.
And if you want to stay on top of all the chaos, grab a copy of Automotive News, or at least check out their website. You might actually learn something.
And who knows, maybe you'll even get inspired to build your own damn car.
Or maybe just steal one that drives itself.
Now you're talking.
Oh.
All right. That's it for this episode, folks. Until next time, keep the rubber side down.
And don't forget to tip your mechanic. Those bastards deserve a cold one.